It's you! Come on in and join us!
Hey, we're so glad to see you. We have a gentlemanly soap today from Stirling Soap Company.
It's a beautiful morning with the Barbershop Duet.
Hi, I'm Marcus Klinger with Klinger Vocal Studio.
And I'm Sarah Vincent with Sarah Vincent Virtual Pilates.
And on Wednesdays and Saturdays,
we are the Barbershop Duet!
Hey, come on in. We're so glad you're here. Grab a chair if you happen to be here during the live premiere. Come on into the chat. We'd love to meet you and know what you're shaving with today.
So for our mention today, we have decided to order ourselves some fountain pens, which oddly are very connected to some of this wet shaving world fun we're in.
Yeah, y'all, it seems like half of the wet shavers are also fountain pen enthusiasts, so we're not going to start a new show or anything. But we do a lot of correspondence with the Whiff Pack, and we thought it might make that a little bit more of a fun adventure.
Pick our colors and things.
Yeah, so all we did was purchase the pens. We got Lamy Safaris, which kind of sounds like an actor from the 70s.
Right.
But we have no idea about inks or cartridges or any of that stuff.
If you do,
yeah.
put a little chat in here.
Will at Barrister and Man, I'm looking at you. If you have any advice, let us know in the comments. We need some help.
We do. For our soap today, we have Stirling Gentleman. Just sounds like a classic already.
Y'all, a perennial, and it might be, judging by the comments, a little bit polarizing in Team Haverford and Team Stirling Gentleman. So I'm excited to know exactly what contenders we're dealing with in this boxing match. Let's meet the soap. All right, to tell a family secret, y'all, this is a Haverford household. We have the EDT. I put it on all the time, probably more than any other, and the splash and everything, y'all. So I highly doubt this is going to unseat the champ for us because Tom Ford's tobacco window, but
it's left him on. We'll see.
Hey, I've seen Spider-Man. I know that the champ can go down, so let's see how this goes. What do we have from the sales page at Stirling Soap Company?
You still hold open doors. Sir, ma'am, please, and thank you are a permanent fixture in your lexicon. Your attire is never disheveled in public. You command respect from first glance, then earn and keep that respect as time passes. Rudeness and coercion are not in your personality. It doesn't need to be. Others feel compelled to be around you and work with you. You're not a jerk or a relic of times past. You're a gentleman, a Stirling gentleman, and this is what you smell like.
I want to be a Stirling Gentleman.
Sign us
Can
up.
we please have jackets that just say Stirling Gentleman on it?
Be classic.
That's what I want to be. I'm unworthy. A warm and masculine blend of tobacco, vanilla,
Check.
amber, and musk.
That one's
which
different.
I think are also...
Okay.
So, y'all, here's what I love. It seems to be a very similar ingredient list, but if you've ever had a beef Wellington made by a couple of different chefs, you know that vastly different things can be done with it.
Different.
So I'm excited to see why these two are both perennials in the Stirling lineup. They must fill very different lanes.
Well, and for them to call it Stirling Gentleman, it's got to have like a scent that matches.
They are all pretty gentlemanly to start with. So, yo, I'm excited to meet this guy. Let's unbox him. This is the smallest box we get from Stirling. We generally
We're
can't help
still
ourselves.
digging through this one, though. We got.
Oh, he's right there on top. Now, you didn't see Mango Sunrise or Bay Laurel. I'm excited.
No,
about
they'll
that,
still
but
be
you
coming
didn't see
back.
that, so let's see. We need the splash on here. I found it. There it is. It comes in the bubble wrap for later.
No, look it. Like it's
You
not.
know?
They definitely should be friends on the show.
Oh, I
if
think
that was
these
intentional,
are. I think there's some brotherly
right?
love here going on, y'all.
Yay!
All right, let's put these two gentlemen together and see what happens. Y'all, we have checked the Thirsty Badger official website. This is an original LeBron Mandy's. This is not an homage. All right, here we go. Let's meet this gentleman.
I just feel like it makes me kind of, step back and smell it different when I know that. Like, okay, I am going to get something that isn't homage, like their take on it, but no, this is straight from them.
And generally, y'all, EDPs, like that are made only as EDPs, I'm talking like Obsession and those things like that.
Right.
They have a different sort of characteristic
They do, yeah.
than generally original scents for shaving soaps. I don't know, just my own thinking.
Let's see. Okay. Stirling Gentleman.
Okay.
Oh, they're very different.
Oh, yeah?
I mean, they're gentlemanly, of course. They've got the masculine side, but it's not. That is like that is a much warmer, darker kind of overall scent. And this to me is more like a mid level. It's not as deep of a scent.
Gotcha.
The tobaccos are similar, but they're different. So they're that's also where it shifts. Yes, they both list that scent note, but they are used totally different. Same thing with the vanilla side. Like they're used in different ways. So the list may be more similar, but to me the scents are very different. Ooh. So I wouldn't put them like directly next to each other on the shelf, but they're a similar vibe, but taken in two different ways. Maybe.
Right. Okay, so hold on. Let's start here. Is the vanilla similar? Do you sense the vanilla?
It's very different.
And
I'm getting a lot more, like, I know it's not listed, but I'm almost getting like a saffron kind of vibe.
Oh,
like it's
Baccarat Rouge kind of thing?
A little.
Friends till the end?
Right. It's a very different type of scent.
Right.
Like that one to me is just like a dark, savory, sweet kind of twist on it. Right. This to me, I almost am getting like a saffron or even like a brighter green side to here. I don't know. Something's different. Watch you smell it. It's totally different.
Oh, I'm excited now. I like that they're so different.
I see how people can put them in a similar lane.
Yeah.
But to me, they're very different, in my opinion, where I would fall and put these on the shelf.
Okay. I want to know what this gentleman is all about.
Okay.
Here.
All right. I mean, it could be different in the splash. Sometimes more things come out. But that is a much lighter vibe than I was expecting.
Now, one of the reviews mentioned floral. Do you get flower?
I don't. I don't think it's actually saffron, but it's something similar to that.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, going in. Here we go.
Make the dives. Let's see. Are we a Stirling gentleman?
I feel like he should hold the lid open for me. All right, here we go. Oh.
Try again. I know. It was my first. What? Ooh.
Whoa. You know? It's funny that at the very beginning I mentioned that this is not the Creed. Because for me, this has a definitively Creed type of personality. We just shot Mountain Man and Mediterranean Man. And y'all, this for me is kind of a hybrid of those two. And for sure has sort of that Creed spiciness in the middle. That sort of mid to highs, but sort of dirtyish, spicy sense that the Creeds have. Some of them, not Sharp Dressed, not Executive Man, but a lot of the other ones do.
But that same character, like you know, like it has an identity to it somehow.
Oh, the pocket.
I know, it's a little loose. Don't drop it.
Oh, and you have to really relearn this, especially if you're used to Haverford.
Yeah, don't put them in the same.
Whoa, I mean, if my nose dives into this thinking Haverford, I won't find it.
Right,
I kind of have to start over.
Right?
Yeah, and not as intense.
Yeah, that's
so
a good
with Haverford, I'm sitting at like a 3.5. This is maybe like a 2.5 in there. Whoa.
Right, but it's a totally different, like, I don't know, like on a scale of like depth and darker side of the Haverford side, this one to me is much lighter. Like I don't sense it as deep of a scent.
Oh, and hold that for me, y'all. We're gonna just go ahead and build a lather. We're gonna see if this has any surprises hiding in here. And I picked out the most gentlemanly bowling brush I could find. So this is my Captain's Choice Aquamarine handcrafted copper bowl. Love this thing. She's gonna push that soap into those ridges there. The whole idea for me is to kind of push the soap into the ridges so you couldn't get it back out without a brush or water. That's the key. Because if you can get it back out in chunks, it's not going to lather as well.
And it kind of sticks, the chunk comes off in the brush and then you have a hard time going back to fix it. So
the only chunks you want around here in the Goonies.
Things happening?
Okay, wait. I almost get a little bit of Stirling gentleman and gentle lady.
Oh.
Going on in this. Hold on a second.
Wait till we get that lathering going.
Wait. I'll know for sure in a minute. And y'all, this is my Moon Soaps brush made by Zachary Kent. And actually, we've been given permission to let y'all know that Zach is hard at work in the workshop turning new brushes as we speak.
May take a while, but it's
in. So keep that site bookmarked because he's going to have a brush drop here coming up every week.
It's not completely a green note, but to me it's like a really young tree that was just chopped up. Like there's something bright in whatever that woodsy side is.
There is something youthful in this, surprisingly.
Yeah, I know it's gentlemanly. It's still got the masculine side, but I think the Haverford is just so deep and dark that this one, oddly, because it's lighter, it seems a little brighter.
Well, and this is kind of wild. I'm not really getting any of the scent notes.
No.
Are you either?
That's why I said saffron, because I'm like, I know that's not on the list, but something's a different character.
Okay, we're going to jump the rails here a little bit because I feel like I need to smell the splash to really kind of get a sense of what's going on with this.
But I'm with you. It's definitely, oh, look at the color. It's a whole different color. Okay, kind of caramelized.
Whiskey-esque color there.
Is this going to help? Let's see.
Oh, that's better. Okay. Now I get it. Now I get what's happening here. Hold on. I want you to smell this on me. I'm going to gentleman myself up a little bit here.
Become a gentleman. A Stirling gentleman, everyone.
So I thought this would have sort of that Creed dirty spiciness in the middle, which I'm sure a bunch of you know what I'm talking about. I was kind of misinterpreting it, I think, because now smell this. Sorry, police chase was going on.
The real gentleman. There you go.
Wow, yeah, that was not a gentleman. I'm no longer going to get like Creed. Right? Yes. I know.
Okay, interesting, because we've smelt a lot of other ones with different types of tobacco. This is almost like, the other one has more of a deeper, darker, sweeter side. This is almost like a caramelized tobacco. Not crazy sugary, but like it has spent time being caramelized. Maybe? I mean!
I was trying to figure out how to like say that, right? And I think that's why I almost sensed not just a little bit of my gentlemanly grandfather in this, but a little bit of my gentlemanly grandmother in this a bit. I think it's more of sort of a unisex thing, because there is something caramely and beautifully sweet hiding in between these notes that I'm having trouble finding in the first place.
It's hard to explain that sweet, because I get why, smelling the splash now, Haverford is definitely a close contender, but it's a different way of doing a sweet.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
And it's a different way of doing tobacco. It's a different way of doing vanilla. It actually helps.
This is more of a guide, so now I can see... Here where that kind of comes in. Right. This is definitely, Yeah,
sometimes it's like your eyes. Sometimes if you first open your eyes in the morning, or you open them underwater, something's a little bit blurry and you'll kind of get a sense of it. But then once something becomes clear, it's easily recognizable again, even when it's blurry. Mm-hmm. That's kind of the phenomenon that I think you're witnessing happen here.
Yeah.
Once we kind of really get the characteristics and how this is trying to establish its balance, and doing so beautifully, by the way, now it's easy to go back to the soap and see that this isn't that Creed sort of dirtiness in the middle. No. Oh, my cat broke.
Oh, no. We cracked our cat.
Oh, no.
We need a new one.
All right, class, and now we're going to review our scent notes.
Yeah, we need help.
All right, y'all, get out your scorecards. Tobacco, vanilla, amber, and musk. I think, can you get a sense of this, that it's almost like if you were to dive in to Haverford and you were to ignore everything south of the equator, so anything dark, and you sort of left it behind, and then you dove in to what the lighter shades of the tobacco and vanilla were, so the more tans, the more, like beige colors of those tobacco vanillas, and brought those out. So it's no longer a dark brown, it's almost a white sense.
Okay.
That's kind of what I'm getting here. I don't think they're unrelated.
No, but they're very different takes on that list of scents.
And a tiny bit of a smoky sense from this. You're getting that tobacco might be a little bit charred around the edges.
So it's funny. I get a really, really dried kind of a leaf.
Right.
Whereas I think in Haverford, it's more like it's been soaking or...
like a humidified.
Right. That type. So the tobacco is in both, but they're very different sides of that tobacco note.
And the amber and musk, beautiful supporting players that I think keep these on the lighter sides.
Yeah, so in Stirling Gentleman, I almost feel like the tobacco and vanilla is in the back for me. And then the amber and musk is what lingers a little bit more. There's a little sweetness from the vanilla coming through. Right. Whereas if you were to wear Haverford, it's the complete opposite. The sweet, the darker side is very much the punch that stays with you the whole whiff.
Yeah, right. And then just a little bit more of a sort of classic 60s cologne.
I was going to mention that too. I get a time warp from this one that I don't with the Haverford one.
Right. Well, it's almost as if Haverford were designed to be 30 years before Haverford, because I don't think the world would have been ready for Tom Ford in 1961, y'all. So I wonder if in the late 50s, early 60s, if that was the idea, what if we take Haverford and we take it on a little trip in the DeLorean back in time? What would it have smelled like to be a crowd pleaser to our grandfathers in the early 60s?
And compared to what the other classic aftershaves were, this is a very different type of scent. Like, it's a little more creative for what was around as a standard back then. Like, I do get the classic side to this. Like, it does have like a long lineage connected to that somehow.
And you know what I like about this? The sense that it leaves you with is not cologne-y. The sense that it leaves you with, actually, you know what's funny? It's really beautiful, but it's not clean. You know what it is? It's the scent of someone who's been hard at work all day in a library. It's the smell of someone who has beautiful stuff on their coat and in their hair and has just been spent a beautiful day at work. And when they meet you after work and open the door for you and you walk past them, because they're holding the door up for you, gentlemen, you get this like air of everything they've been doing today and everything that they are. And it's kind of just a vibe of the person themselves. Does that make sense? Because you wouldn't smell fresh out of the shower at 5 p.m.
Right.
But this guy would still smell good. So
yeah,
this is what I imagine.
The picture I get when I smell this, like the person that would be wearing it, is kind of like a back in the day doorman in New York that knew everyone that lived in the building, that made sure everyone remembered the stuff like, don't forget this, you know, like it has that gentlemanly take care of you kind of vibe. There's something really nice about this person. You'd want to hang out with them. You'd know they have your back. Like it really comes through in the scent.
Glad you said that. The doormen in New York City are heroes. They are magicians. They are magical. One of them delivered Seth Meyers' baby right outside the elevator. This is exactly what a doorman at the Carlisle would smell like, or Elaine Stritch's elevator.
Yes, for sure. Like, you know, as you get to see that person every day, all the time, like, there's just this, like, you connect to people and they know you in the good days, the bad days. Like, there's just something about living through life next to these people. And that represents that for sure.
And let's have a grown-up conversation about scent notes, y'all, because we have had a scent that I put at a 1.5 intensity when I reviewed it. But after I smelled it every day for weeks, my nose started to go, wait. Now I know this. Now this is more of a 2.5, because I've kind of learned how to sense it. And just over the course of the last 27 minutes, my nose has definitely woken up to being able to explore whole new worlds in this.
Right.
And I think the only thing was, it was expecting this incredibly strong personality that's in Haverford. And once I smelled this, and I smelled this right before I smelled this, I almost sort of lost the places that collide between them. But no. I love what this is doing with the subtle similarities to Haverford, but definitely striking out on its own to be its own thing.
It's its own thing for sure. And I'm glad that we checked the list. It is not an homage to something.
Right.
It really does have that gentle, give someone a hug. Like if you met that person, I feel like you just want to hang out with them. They have to be a nice guy.
And you know, in 2024, what makes up a gentleman? We're going to have to take this a little deeper. Yeah, y'all, I have a cousin that very often will go to demonstrations and things for women's rights, and she has a little bit of a problem from time to time with me holding the door open for her. Does that make sense? So what is the style of a gentleman in 2024 for you?
It's funny because I think some of the older stuff that was implied that made you be a standing gentleman isn't as prominent now. It's still appreciated, but there is some nice qualities to us ladies being a little more independent now and kind of having that kind of meet in the middle conversation instead of in a relationship, someone kind of having to be. So even in friends, like it's just nice. It is welcoming for a gentleman to ask how you are doing and mean it. I feel like the intention behind things is much more what we get now instead of just things that were automatically trained into you, pulling out the chair, opening the car door, like, you know, does that make sense?
For me, you know what it is? For me, it's the wet shaving world. And for me, it's not so much gentleman, it's frickin' manners. What defined a gentleman? Somebody that had beautiful manners, that was very cognizant of everyone else's journey around them and what he can do to make your life a little bit easier. It's manners. And y'all, we have been in this world for a year. Do you know how many conversations I've had about politics in this world? 0. Do you know how many conversations I've had about these beautiful shavings? 9 billion. I think one of the things that everybody in this hobby has figured out, both masculine and feminine, is how to be a gentleman, how to be a gentle lady. And that's why the wet shaving community is so awesome, because you can call anybody, anytime. And you are met with a cordial voice. You are met with manners. And even on the Facebook pages, even for the very, very vast majority of the comments we have ever received, all of them so kind and, well, gentlemanly.
It's true.
So I think that's what it is for me. This is indicative of the whole wet shaving community.
It is that, I guess that's why, because when I hear gentlemen, like we joke around talking to hang out with the guys and the gents and whatever, but I don't see them specifically in that category. I just see like good people. Does that make sense?
I think it's why it's funny we call them the degenerates, because they are the polar opposite of that. It's pretty simple, y'all. Just have a brand new YouTube show your very first week, and your phone is gonna ring off the hook. Carlos, Jerry Plessy, Angela, everybody's going to be reaching out to you, and you are going to meet so many gentlemen that your head is going to explode. You're going to want to do this show for at least another year, and you just got your own. Head over to stirlingsoap.com, where you can find this and a wide range of other products. Well, Well, I've had my shave, y'all, with Stirling Gentleman. Now, hold on a second. I'm going to say something that might be a little controversial, might even sound a little mean at first, but this smells like old guy. But hold on a second. Because when you look at an old guy and he's got his pants all the way pulled up and he's got that button down shirt, you know how old guys dress? Well, go back 60 years and look at how they looked when they were 18. They were wearing exactly the same clothes. And they were amazing. And they were sexy. If your grandpa wasn't sexy, you wouldn't be here. So hold on a second. Even though this smells like old guy, I think this smells like an older generation. I think this smells like a dapper, distinguished grandfather. And I am happy that there is a scent out there that does. And y'all, the Stirling lather, I get a little bit giddy on days when I get to have a Stirling shave because I know it's going to be fun. I know it's going to feel good. I know it's going to be everything I love about the hobby. Rod and Mandy, we look forward to seeing you on our live series soon. And thank you for this.
Welcome to Messages.
Hey, y'all. So we wanted to share our love for the shave supply and everything Garrett's got going on down there, including a couple of exclusives. So we're going to have a $20 e-gift card giveaway for y'all. And all you have to do to be eligible is send us an email here to WeSentYou at thebarbershopduet.com. Check back on September 4th when we draw our lucky name on the show to see if you are our lucky winner.
Best of luck.
Wow. Just a total other end of the spectrum bookend for a tobacco and vanilla flavor.
It's interesting. Like, I think because now that we've been so much more in this scent-oriented lane for this last year, like, I do almost wonder if you didn't have your sight, if you had to smell a gentleman.
Oh.
Like, would this be a way to explain that somebody is
close?
Gentlemanly?
Is this the definition of the scent of a gentleman?
Right, instead of like, wow, that dude smells good. Like, I wonder if the characteristics in this really would portray, like, without having read that or seeing anyone walk by. Like, I wonder if that really does come across. You don't really think about it, but it makes you look at scent different.
Certain scents are defining. Banana, peach, who knows? Maybe we take that to the next level. Is this what a gentleman does smell like? Now, we might have to be a little bit cultural with this.
That's true. That's
perhaps
very
a
true.
gentleman in Hawaii or
maybe a little different.
Timbuktu might smell a little bit different
else.
with whatever's surrounding them. But hey, United States of America, vanilla, tobacco, I'm surprised they're not hot dogs in here.
That's true. Don't forget your next appointment with the Barbershop Duet.
You smelled more gentlemanly just watching this.